Clark County honors fallen law enforcement officers at an emotional ceremony. Ridgefield mourns the loss of a beloved softball coach, and Vancouver pledges to keep shopping for a grocery store downtown. Those stories and more in today's edition of the Week in Review from ClarkCountyToday.com. Happy Friday, everyone. I'm Chris Brown. This week we start outside the Clark County Public Service Building, where dozens showed up to pay their respects to law enforcement officers who've paid the ultimate sacrifice.
Officers, deputies, troopers, agents, detectives. Members of all areas of local law enforcement gathered together today for the 2019 Clark County Law Enforcement Memorial Ceremony in Vancouver. The ceremony honored those who have paid the ultimate price, having died in the line of duty.
In honor of the fallen. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light?
Hosted by the Clark County Sheriff's Office, the ceremony featured several speakers, as well as the posting of the colors, Amazing Grace on the pipes, and a 21-gun salute. Clark County Sheriff's Office Commander Phil Sample was the master of ceremonies for the event.
Being part of this event is a very humbling experience. It's a huge honor to be able to represent the Southwest Washington metro area with this ceremony.
Two reoccurring themes throughout the ceremony were how a healthy community needs these dedicated and upstanding law officers, and how these people serving are just that, people.
Sometimes people don't remember, they forget that we do work these jobs in official capacities, but we're regular people also. Husbands, wives, family members. And this is our way today to give back and to thank those that keep the community safe.
For ClarkCountyToday.com, I'm Jacob Granneman.
Thank you very much for that report, Jacob. Meanwhile, Clark County Council went to the phones this week to figure out what comes next for a possible overturn of the ban on marijuana-related businesses in the unincorporated areas. At their Wednesday council time meeting, 3 members of the council determined they didn't have the votes to move possible code changes to the Planning Commission for consideration. So, Councillor John Blum called in from Washington, D.C. to voice his approval. It's the first time city staff can recall a vote being cast over the phone, though county rules allow for it. The Planning Commission will take up the marijuana ban discussion at their meeting on June 6th and will likely return a recommendation to council at the end of the month. There was plenty of disappointment last week from folks living in downtown Vancouver after the city announced it was moving on from plans to bring a grocery store to the long vacant Block 10. But this week, before making the move official, city leaders said they remain committed to quenching the food desert that exists downtown and could look at possible incentives to bring a store to the area. Block 10 will likely be home to a new 11-story office building built by Holland Partners Group, who will also move their headquarters to the building. If all goes well, construction could begin by the end of the year. Over 40 children had a very big day recently at one Vancouver company's main headquarters. US Digital, located in East Vancouver, invents and designs encoders for all manner of motion control applications. Well, last month for Bring Your Child to Work Day, the company featured more than a dozen unique stations for visiting children to experience and enjoy. Everything from slow motion cameras to dart launchers, and even a few robots made an appearance. The company says next year will be even bigger. Now it's time for your Week in Review sports update with ClarkCountyToday.com's Paul Valencia.
This Week in Review is also a weekend preview for sports. Let's start with baseball. Clark County has 5 teams in the state regionals: Camas, Skyview, Mountain View, Ridgefield, and Columbia River. And because Camas won the by-district tournament last weekend, the Papermakers got a top seed and will play its state regionals right here in Clark County. Camas is one of 4 teams that will play at Propstra Stadium on Saturday. In soccer, the Columbia River Chieftains opened with a first-round victory in the state playoffs on Tuesday. But what made it even more memorable for them was where that match was played. It was the first true home state playoff match for the program. A new turf field means the big matches can be played on campus rather than nearby Kiggins. Here is Columbia River's Jackson Clier with what it means to the Chieftains.
It's great to get a win on this field. It's great to have a bunch of students out here creating a great atmosphere for this game and cheering whenever we do something good and whenever we do a cool move or whatever. It's always great to have the background of crowd cheering, and winning this game means a lot. And then going into the quarterfinals against the team that we played in the semifinals and beat last year is going to be tough, and we're ready to get back to work and practice and eventually play that game and win that game.
Mountain View and Woodland are also in the state quarterfinals in boys soccer. Those two teams play Saturday as well. Clark County Today would like to send its prayers to the family of Dusty Ankers, the Ridgefield community, and the softball community. Coach Dusty died on Wednesday. I will remember what he told me in 2017 when he helped Ridgefield make it to the state tournament. "This is the new Ridgefield way," he said. "Battle every day." He taught his players to always believe in themselves. Always. Thank you, Coach Dusty.
Thank you so much, Paul. And that is your quick look at some of the stories you'll find at clarkcountytoday.com. If you have a story idea you'd like to share, you can always send us an email to news@clarkcountytoday.com. And of course, you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, where the conversation is always hopping. For all of us at clarkcountytoday.com, I'm Chris Brown. Have a great weekend. Thank you so much for watching. We'll talk to you next week.